Ladies and gentlemen, you tried to get rid of us, but we are still back with another episode of the Trying to Be Grown podcast. I am your host, Amani Carter, and over in the camo. Does camo count as stripes?
Yes.
Okay. Camo striped shirt.
It's not. Why would you go with that? Camo do not count as stripe. I ain't worn a striped shirt in months.
That's not true. You in the stripe. Anyways, we appreciate you rocking with us wherever you rocking with us. I'm going to ask how you doing again after this. But Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, we appreciate y'all. So we have life. You know what I'm saying? We've been busy. Byron got lawyerly duties.
Dying.
I was actually on vacation for the last month. But we officially have another lost episode, because busybody over there.
Hey, man.
Get bogged down with legal work, and he couldn't edit it in time. So we argued about Kendrick Lamar and Drake and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh, that's what that was about.
He's the one with the real job. All I do is coach football. So I'm going to take over the editing duties. We're going to get a little bit more consistent with it. I know I say that often, and I've actually said it so often that I say that often before. Like it's really often that I say that. But we're committed. It's not like an official season 2, but we're getting into kind of season 2. We're gonna change the logo up a little bit, get rolling a little bit differently. So Byron, how are you, bro? You good?
I'm making it, man. Another day, another dollar. That dollar sometimes will make you holler, but we not a holler back girl, but I'm still here.
So you've had an interesting summer. Somebody hit the Beamer while I was in.
Forgot all about it, man.
You forgot that somebody hit your BMW? You forgot about that?
I forget about it, and then I get in the rental car, and then I remember.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like sometimes you try to throw away trauma, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Before we dive into that, just like I usually do, I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. Everything will be time stamped in the description. You see something you like, something you don't. You can skip to it or through it. We're gonna start off talking about one of the greatest video games to ever exist. And yes, I'm biased because nothing has happened in the last 11 years. College football 25, which I call NCAA 25 for obvious reasons. But just more than that, like gaming as an adult. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about the Olympics, what's been going on over in Paris for the last couple of a week and a half or so. And then also, this is my favorite one, we're going to talk about therapy at the end.
Round of applause, everyone.
And now we'll not shut up about it, so we're gonna talk about it on the podcast. We talked about it briefly before, but we're going to get into all that. Like I said, everything will be time-stamped in the description. But yeah, Byron, you were talking about the day that you risked my life trying to get out of the way of somebody's, what was that? It was a Ford something.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the name of the car. But if you think about it, Bonnie, I probably saved your life.
How so?
By dodging the wreck somewhat. Because it whoa.
Nothing.
Can I speak?
Sure.
So in this situation, we're stopped in traffic. I see a car speeding behind me. What I could have done is just sat there. And if I sat there, we get sandwiched in between two cars. Right or wrong? What did I do instead? Instead of that happening, once I saw in my rearview mirror last second, I tried to swerve to the side. From standstill, I started going to the other lane. And so they hit me in the back corner. And then that pushed us into another lane so we could keep going. If I just sat there, who knows what would happen, Bonnie? So if you really think about it, I saved your life.
You know how much force it would take to compress for us to be just crushed through the back of it. It would have just hit the other car.
Demani, we weren't moving. And that car was...
The car in front of us was also not moving. You know how physics works?
Yeah, so we would have been...
The transfer of force?
We would have been smushed, man.
It's not a wall, fool. It's a movable object in front of us.
That car, they had their brakes on.
Yeah, they had their emergency brake on in the middle of the road.
They had their brakes on, man.
Okay, whatever. This is wild.
I'm just saying we would have died if it wasn't for my quick thinking.
No, but y'all, just a quick aside. I was like a Dallas resident this summer. Like I was over there. No, Raleigh wedding, Brandon birthday, 4th of July. So at least.
And the combine.
Well, yeah, that's May. But yeah, if we go all the way back to May, and there was another week in there, I was in there recruiting, and that was a whole week. I spent a lot of time in Dallas this summer, man.
So what are your thoughts about Dallas?
Love it. Fantastic city. Great food, great people. I just always spend too much money.
Time out. Whoa. See, I'm not going to let you. What food did you have that make you say it's great food here?
Shake Shack. I love Shake Shack.
You cannot say a place has great food and then name a chain restaurant. You do realize you can't do that.
How many places is Shake Shack?
A lot.
Okay.
That's just not a Dallas spot.
Where we go to eat?
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't say Dallas has great food.
For Brandon's birthday. What was it called? Komodo. Komodo is nice. I like Komodo.
The place you are talking about for Brandon's birthday, you ordered a burger
Tell folks that, bro.
with nothing on it. I'm just saying, don't be acting like you just had a gourmet meal, bro.
I had a gourmet burger. Burgers can't be gourmet.
So,
problem. You too uppity.
no, I'm just saying you can't say we have great food and then name two different burger spots, basically.
Komodo is not a burger. Okay, Komodo not a burger spot.
What you get from there?
What did I get? I got the Peking duck. It was a good. No, I didn't.
So you don't even know what you got.
But no. It was some kind of chicken, but it was like made chicken. It wasn't like Negro chicken. You know what I'm saying? It was like.
What does that mean?
Authentically Asian.
You have to pay for somebody else's food, huh? Too.
I did, because I bet against you. I already said that on here, didn't I?
I was just letting you know. You wasted.
That might be on the lost episode, Negro. Since you decided that you was too busy to edit.
I was. I still am. Man.
Anyways, that's enough with the pleasantries. This game. So I'll start off with what the top complaints I hear about it are. All right. Defense is really difficult, which is fair. The Heisman difficulty is really, really hard to play against, which is also fair. And some of the animations, like Quinshon Judkins spin move, some of the like spectacular catch stuff, some of the glitches, some of the stuff is a little unrealistic, right? And some of the stuff is a little overpowered. That's fine. I think that EA created the best football video game that they have come out with in the past 10 years, without a doubt.
Yeah, because Madden is a terrible video game. It's always been bad.
Madden has not always been bad.
It has been. That's why so many people would only play NCAA and not Madden, because Madden was never a good video game.
That's not even remotely true. That Madden, if we look at like the years that Madden led like all sports video games in sales, NCAA has never done that to my knowledge. But I know most recently it would have been Madden that done that. So to say never is inaccurate. But if you're talking about over the course of the last however many years, yes, a lot of people have moved away from it, and there are reasons for that. Obviously, I still love the game, and I don't even think that impacts my stance on it, because I'm just literally talking about the raw numbers. Like in terms of sports video games, Madden has led many a year.
I'm not sure about that, because I feel like maybe in the U.S. I feel like FIFA is a game that more people play. Could be wrong about that, but also there haven't been many good video games made lately, because 2K isn't good anymore. There's just
talking about like over the course of the last like 20 years.
I don't know about that, man. People just don't make good video games anymore. Madden, only time Madden was good is when they had mini camp and all that. You do all the different mini drills. Other than that, Madden is a terrible game. I played it one time at Brandon's place. I'm like, I see why I've never bought this game before. honestly, MLB The Show is better than. It's actually MLB The Show is definitely better than NCAA.
I don't. Oh, well, I haven't played much of it, but NCAA is amazing. Like all the reason I brought up the things that people complain about, like it's really hard, like to find a college football game now, where it's not even that like the defenses are bad. It's just the offenses are so multiple, they're moving so fast. Like games are generally high scoring, so you're kind of mimicking that on the game. Heisman difficulty being hard, like if I'm a good player and I have to play like really really well to like beat the computer on the highest difficulty, then that just ensures that a lot of people are going to like actually have to be competitive with it. And of course, if you're not as good, you can turn your difficulty down. But that appeals to me. What was the last thing I said? Oh, the overpowered stuff, bro. It's a video game.
Nope.
It's supposed to be
No,
fun.
no.
It's
So
supposed
okay,
to be fun.
okay. The thing about it is, 1 and 3 go together. The problem is with 1 and 3, like the Judkins spin move. There's a lot of things you can do on offense that it takes no skill to do, and you can just run up the score. It basically the overpowered moves on offense allows non-good players to be competitive, and that's a problem.
Well, see, this is what I'd say. Like,
Because somebody can just spam Judkins for 4 quarters, and it's almost nothing you can do about it. Like he's still going to get, like, you can make contact with him in the backfield. He'll break one tackle, do a spin move, he automatic first down.
yeah. And here's the thing with that. Like, if we go all the way back to Tecmo Bowl, which came out before I was born, but I've played just, with my cousins on older system. Like, Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl. Mike Tyson on Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Like, there's characters that have just been really, really good, but these have been, like, very important, not, like, foundational, but, like, games that people have loved, bro. Like, it's something different for it to be just like, this is unrealistic. Yeah, but it's a video game. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like...
But the problem is...
It's part of it. Like, it's part of the territory. It's what comes with it.
No, it's not. Because they could easily just take the move out of the game. Or don't make it so extreme. The other thing is...
Yeah, and they'll probably nerf it eventually, but still.
Even the other thing is, the computer's pursuit angles, you can't control all 11 players on defense. The pursuit angles by the computer are just awful to where if you don't have control of the person, there's no way they're going to tackle the person. Yeah. And so that's a problem.
Which means you have to use her.
But you don't have to use her everything on offense. You don't have to make sure you don't have to make sure you block everyone. You don't have to do all on defense. You literally have to control every single person perfectly to do something. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be so the offense shouldn't be so overpowered that you just can do whatever you want. It's going to be whoever gets the ball last if you play an online game. It shouldn't be that way, man. It shouldn't be that way.
So Byron, I'm only to 2007, but Madden has been in the top 10 every year since 2002. And it's been number 1 twice.
In the U.S. or the world?
Started to fall off. Madden 08.
Yep, that's when people really start hating the game.
I mean, Halo, Wii came out that year. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare came out that year. Guitar Hero came out that year. Yep, still in the top 10 of 08. So wasn't in the top 10 in 2009. But yeah, I mean, Madden's up here. This is the first time 2K's been up here in 2010. But that was just my point. Madden has outsold NCAA a bunch of times, like every time. Actually, I don't think NCAA has ever outsold Madden. This might be the first year it ever happens because this game is fantastic to me. I love it. And even like on the times that I lose, like I love the game as a whole so much that it's hard for me to like. I hate outcomes on the game sometimes, but it's exciting. Like it is fun to play it. Like it is really really fun to play. And like I said, I think EA hit a home run with this one. This is my favorite game ever, and just so happened that it came out while I was on vacation. So I was in the house like weekdays. I was in the house playing this for a month. Like it was gym, hooping a little bit, college football. That's it. NCAA 25 is fantastic. Shouts out to everybody at Electronic Arts. Y'all did y'all thing on that one.
Are you addicted, and should grown men be playing video games still?
That's another good question. See, that's the thing I wanted to get into. So, is it worth? I don't know. I think that this game.
Nope. I need you to answer my question first. At least my first question.
Okay. I'm sorry. Can you ask your question one more time? I was about to.
Are you addicted?
Yes.
Second question. Should grown men still be playing video games?
Absolutely. Yes. But we're a different generation of adults because there are people in their 50s now that came up playing video games. And I know I said no loosely, but it was a dude I saw at the Women's Expo last year that said that him and his friends, and this is a man that has white hair. Did he say him and his friends?
Pause.
Men can't go to the Women's Expo? Is that what you said?
One, why are you at a Women's Expo? And then two, why are you talking about the only other likely man at the Women's Expo? Why are you not talking about anything that the women said? But continue.
This is the topic
Continue.
at hand, Byron. What the?
Okay.
We weren't discussing feminism, and I decided to bring up a dude playing video games. We were talking about dudes playing video games. That's why I brought it up. Kind of a question.
But you brought up the one only other man that was there. You didn't bring up anything that the women had to say?
Actually,
I digress.
That go to women's expos.
Why?
You should.
Why are y'all going? That's their safe space.
Byron, if you think that my presence in itself
It's threatening.
unsafe,
Yeah.
no, I don't think it is. But that you got to fix that in yourself. If that's what you think about your presence, don't project that onto me. But, anyways, but he said him and his friends play for real, they're serious about it. And like I said, that's just that's new, that's different. So I think as I get into my adulthood, my love for gaming has not dropped off. I just have less time to do it, and that's about to get very, very minuscule with me going into camp and of course going into the season as a coach. But I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna find time to play the game. So that's I think it's a great form of leisure. You get to get on the headset with the boys. Yeah, it's a social activity for me a little bit. So yeah, I think the benefits far outweigh the risks maybe, because it's definitely. I think it's safe to say, even not having one myself, that there are some unhappy girlfriends and wives out there because people have been devoting some time to this game. Probably an unhappy kid or two, but I think you got to find that balance. And if it's among the things that you do, I don't see a problem with it.
Some people call it childish. Why as a grown man are you still playing games?
I've heard the critique, and I just, like I said, I don't see the.
You know what men used to do back in the 70s? People back in the 70s, they out here working night and day for their wife and kids. And you out here coming home and playing a video game? That don't sound right.
No wife and no kids, but this ain't the 70s, right? And then you act like people wasn't
Oh.
Soul Train and
Okay.
doing a whole bunch. What was they doing in the 70s? I have to ask my folks.
You know what they were doing in the 70s?
Drugs? What?
Yeah. They were.
Okay. I ain't got no interest in that either.
Okay, I got another question for you. You said you don't have a wife and kids. Are video games the reason for that?
No. I can make some calls right now, and there are people, I'll say people, that would be happy to give you a list. They'd be more than happy to give you a list of the reasons. Yeah, there are way more reasons than that. I don't think that would even make that. Probably ain't gonna crack the top 100.
you, you got to be better, man.
I'm trying to be better.
You not.
We'll get into that.
You not.
We'll get into that part later. Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So Byron, you as an adult male, do you see your gaming ever getting to zero? Or just it doesn't have to be like a straight zero, but I only play when I'm around my nephews and they turn the game on and ask me to play. Like, is there ever a time when you will not have any presence in gaming that does not involve somebody else coming and asking you to play?
Yeah, I've been in and out of that, I guess, since graduating law school. Like, I know when I first moved to Dallas, like, I didn't have my PlayStation hooked up for like 4 or 5 months. Started playing again like last December when not new Fortnite, but like they did OG Fortnite, so they had that going on for a month. So it was like me, Colton, and Brandon playing for like 2 or 3 months, and then didn't play the PlayStation again for another 3 or 4 months until what happened. It was either NCAA or we like decided just like play Fortnite for like a week or something like that. But yeah, it happens to me all the time. I play the game in phases at this point. So like I'll play for a little bit, knowing me now, I might be done playing in 6 months. I might be done playing in 2 months. I really don't play just a whole bunch, cause like I go to work out, get home, gotta eat. By the time I do all that, it's already 9:30, 10 o'clock.
You don't love it like I do.
So then to play the game, I got to stay up till 12. And if I stay up till 12, I'm tired the next day. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, I try not to let it keep me up.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I do try. Like, I try. But
Y'all know you probably still be up till 2 a.m.
no, if I'm losing, I got to go to sleep on a win. Like, unless I have like something else to do, like I'm gonna stay up until I win one. That's for sure. I'm playing online or whatever. But yeah, generally I try to like keep my priorities straight, be an adult. But you gotta let loose sometimes. And like I said, if this is the worst thing that I do from a leisure standpoint, I would think it's a good thing. Because obviously I don't have a perspective as like a spouse or significant other of a dude. But, your man is in the house. He's near you. Probably not real available from a speech standpoint, but you can reach out and touch him. Like, what's the problem? What's the issue? Is it just the lack of focus? Like, is that time that's supposed to be for you and him? I think it would be like a great thing.
So when do you spend quality time with your significant other?
Huh?
When do you have time to spend quality time with your significant other?
I think you got to make time for both. You got to have some you time, and you got to have some time with her. Right or wrong?
It's okay. With your life right now, how busy it is. How much free time overall do you have? And then how much time do you want to spend playing the video game? And how much time do you want to spend with your significant other? Let's go with the first question is how much free time do you have? In season. How many hours a day?
In season, I say on average. Okay, counting travel or not counting travel?
Not counting travel as part of your free time.
Okay. I would say on average, true free time about 5 hours. No, because some of that I'm getting ready and stuff. So I'd say on average probably 5 hours a day. Some be a little bit more, some be a little bit less.
Okay. So with those 5 hours, how much time do you spend playing the video game, eating? Well, first of all, does that include like eating and things as well, or not included that?
Is eating factored into the time?
Into the 5 hours.
Yes, eating would be like those 5 hours would include times that I'm eating.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, being generous, I'm gonna take out an hour of that for eating.
Okay.
I feel like that's reasonable for 3 meals, 20 minutes a meal. That's okay. So you now have 4 hours. You probably have some other stuff you gotta do within 4 hours, but let's just say you have 4 hours. Even though,
Yeah,
sure,
we gotta go to the store and stuff and do a whole bunch of.
but yeah, you got 4 hours. How much of that time are you spending playing the game? Then how much time are you actually spending quality time with your significant other? In those
But you're
four.
supposed to get all of it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you.
I think you gotta have some you time. What you do with your you time is yours. So shoot, if I'm going in there to play the game for my you time, whatever amount of time it is, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so
We'll be up under each other all day.
actually, I'm breaking this down all the way. You said 5 hours. Hour for food, hour for hygiene, so showering, brushing your teeth. Cause you got it.
I'm not gonna spend an hour on my hygiene. It's like 25 minutes worth of hygiene.
Okay, so hour and a half. We're at an hour and a half total. Still got to do just like traditional things around the home, cleaning up, do this and that, blah blah blah.
You know I don't do that. There's a pile of clothes on the floor right behind me right now.
Do you think that's a? Isn't that a problem at your age? Like you're 27 and not cleaning up after yourself.
Can we stay on topic, bro? I do clean
You.
sometimes.
I assumed you cleaned up, getting groceries, getting food, different things like that. We're gonna do 15 minutes for that because I'm spreading it out over all of it. So we're almost at 2 hours. So you got 3 hours remaining. What else is there you have to do?
That's it.
Your prep time, getting like going to bed and waking up. That's probably not included. So you really down to about 2.5, 3 hours a day, honestly. Maybe of like true free time. Some that you probably scrolling on your phone. So true 2.5. I'm doing 2.5. Of that 2.5, how much time are you spending playing the game and how much time are you spending with your significant other?
Half and half on average.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
Some days you spend a full 2.5 on the game. Some days you give her the full 2.5.
7 days out of the week, how many days are you giving her the full 2.5?
4.
That. Why are we lying?
Brian, it's a hypothetical. I can lie all I want to.
Why are you not being? Why? Just tell the truth, man. How much you
Look, I
be real?
again.
You not giving her 4.
You gotta think.
Demond, you're not giving her 4.
All right.
You're not giving her 4.
Think about it this. It's a hypothetical. I don't have anybody. But this is all right. Think about it this way.
But you still wouldn't hypothetically give nobody 4 either.
But say if it's a Thursday, right? Because Thursdays are the days we have the most time. Like short practice, short meetings, Hayes in the barn. But let's say, all right, so I get off at like 5 or 4, and then my bedtime like 9. So I got like a whole 5 hours to do what I need to do. So even if I do end up going to the store, if I do end up doing something else that's like an R&D thing, that means I still got 4 hours. So boom, 2 and 2. I don't have to play the game every day. But
Demond, you do realize I live with you and you literally play the game every single day. So
not true. See, this is where I can't. That's why I can't do it with y'all. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about you and the other 3 people I live with, bro. Dion kind of excluded from this, but you and Colton, y'all like the poof. I was not on the game as much as y'all said I was. The only thing the thing that tripped y'all up was the fact that every time like I was playing somebody else, the other person was really loud. Ryan Pulley is really loud. Chase Hayden is really loud. Who else?
Demond,
It was a bunch of people that I played against that were just like always.
I'm not saying you playing with other people all the time. You play with yourself on the game.
Pause. Big
On the game?
But anyway,
You used to stay playing my team or ultimate team on Madden.
I think the phrase
Right or
I'm
wrong?
looking for is played by yourself, not with yourself.
You play with yourself on the game.
No, I played by myself on the game. Let's just go ahead and say it like that. But that's like I said, that's not true. So I think that like the way that I played might have been more than y'all. Might have been more than y'all.
What you mean, might?
I was not. It was not excessive. Exactly what I said. Might, because Colin played the game heavy. You played the game heavy. It wasn't like a like we. It was times we all had our doors open. We was all on the bikes. Like it was what we did. We played the game, and that's okay. But you seem like you stigmatizing it like some of the people that I've talked about.
Yeah.
In terms of saying like, oh, it's a time suck and all this. No, it's just leisure, bruh. Like it's something that we do for fun. So what's the big deal?
You gotta grow up, man. You shouldn't be playing the same video game as my little 6-year-old cousin or something like that. Y'all shouldn't be doing the same thing in y'all life.
If we eating the same chicken nuggets and the same green beans, then by God, we should be able to play the same video game.
And that's another problem. Why are you still eating chicken nuggets from McDonald's religiously?
Not religiously. See, there you go again. There you go again. First and foremost, I have not boycott, but I don't eat at McDonald's currently because of their support for a certain military regime that I'm not a big fan of.
When the last time you had McDonald's?
Genuinely, I can't tell you the last time.
Okay, can I
didn't have no McDonald's when we was in Dallas.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Can you pull up your McDonald's app and show us how many points you have on there?
It's a bunch of points, but
See, hey, man.
It's the truth.
I'm not even talking about why you got so many McDonald's points.
Because, bro, like it's convenient. McDonald's is another place that got a bad rap for the food, but they didn't get a bad rap for the things they actually deserve a bad rap for. So I can't rock with them until that gets resolved. But anyways, what was I talking about for that?
I'm talking about you and a 6-year-old doing the same things in life. And you start talking about chicken nuggets.
They're the ones that are the purest, like they're the purest forms of humanity. Y'all have decided that, like, oh, as an adult, I'm supposed to do all this stuff. No, bro. Like, you got to get back to the roots. You got to get back to your core and think about what makes you happy. If chicken nuggets make you happy, then by God, eat you some chicken nuggets, bro. Y'all spend.
So we'll go back to wearing a diaper then, or peeing on yourself.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, you're conflating my point because you know that when we talk about like the purest among us, that's the youth. So if in certain ways, like my spirit is still childlike, it's because I want that like pure.
So the game is childish, is what you're saying.
Convinced. Huh?
So the game is childish.
No, the game is not childish. And even if you describe it like that, when I think childish, I'm talking about like negative traits associated with children. I'm not thinking about like joy, but if you're making joy childish, then that's fine. I'm fine with saying it's childish.
Okay.
I used the air quotes at the wrong time, but it's okay.
I got you. You know what else is childish? No allows. Hey man,
We're getting straight to it.
There's
transitioning into the Olympics. Byron, can you tell everybody what you sent? You don't have to say the people that were on it, but what did you send to our group chat about 3 hours ago?
Probably something along the lines of my list of people I strongly dislike, even though I've never met them.
This man keeps a working hate list.
No, I don't keep a working hate list.
Yes, you do.
No, it's nowhere in my phone. I just came up there today when I was like, who's on my list of people I don't like? And so I just like thought of 10 people I didn't like, and it happened pretty quickly. Noah Lyles he's surging to the top though. He is surging up there with Chris Paul. He's making a strong push.
He's made the Chris Paul point several times on here, so I'll just go ahead and gloss over that. What has Noah Lyles done to get on this list for you?
Yep, so I first became aware of Noah Lyles probably like 2 years ago. I think it was at the Worlds competition. I think he won the 100 meter I think it was 100 meter. He's going to get on there talking about world champs for what? First of all, his voice just annoys me. And then he's talking about, you don't compete against anybody, this and that, blah, blah. How are you the world champions, this and that, blah, blah, blah. First of all, who do you want any NBA team to play against? If they play any of them little Euro League teams, they are getting beat by 60. By the best NBA team every year is beating them by at least 60 points. Because they forget these people that are in these other countries, their best players come to America to play in the NBA. So I believe the NBA can say that they're the world champions when there's no like other organization league that has talent even somewhat close.
Yeah, there's no viable competition
Yeah.
out there beyond what exists in the United States. So yeah, I don't have a problem.
So like with MLB, maybe they might not, because I know there's a lot of different other organizations in the world. Like Japan is making a strong surge lately. Puerto Rico, soccer, I don't think you can say that. You can unless you play in the Champions League, this and that, blah blah blah. But NBA, I think they can do. And so that's one reason I don't like him. Two, his voice. His voice is, oh my gosh, I just hear him talking. I just want to, I don't know. Three, this man playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a grown man, trying to pull him out, and he be trying to talk down on other people. I don't like that. I don't like somebody who is arrogant, especially someone who is weird and arrogant. I'm not a fan of you, man. I dislike you. Be humble.
Okay, that's fair. But being loud and different and confident, it can be. Maybe he's trying to increase like his fanfare. You know what I'm saying?
He's obnoxious. That's what he is. And an obnoxious person. It's okay for me to dislike an obnoxious person.
That's fair, I suppose. I don't have no significant feelings about him. But he's not somebody that I don't know if I'm a Noah Lyles fan, but I'm definitely not anti. Like I'm really indifferent about. I'm kind of the same way with him, but the way that I am with Westbrook, another person who made your list.
He's not a good person.
You know how much like Russell Westbrook has done like for his communities and other communities that don't like are not his, but like communities around him.
Do you know how much harm he has caused LeBron James' legacy? Do you know how much? You know how much he has hurt me every single day having to watch him play basketball? I'm over here trying to have a good time Friday night or Wednesday night, fresh off work, and I'm like, let me turn LeBron James playing for the Lakers on. And I gotta watch Russell Westbrook go 2 for 12 with 8 turnovers. You know how much that hurts me?
I don't think it hurts you that much, but then again, this is why I don't understand the Noah Lyles slander because y'all both dramatic.
Hey man,
about the theatrics.
I'm not, man.
Well, what were your thoughts on Sha'Carri Richardson getting beat in the 100?
I was happy. About it. I'm not a Sha'Carri fan, but I don't dislike her. I like the St. Lucia story though. They ain't never won a gold medal before, and that girl did it.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I just think like with as much as Sha'Carri has been hated on, that's what'll do it for me in terms of making me a fan. So I was rooting for her. Hated that she didn't win it, but I'm in agreement there.
Isn't it self-induced hate?
No, you keep doing that, bro. Like it's
Same thing with Angel Reese, bro. We can't just let people act like they the victim when they doing all this stuff to make people hate them. That's all I'm saying.
Julian Alfred. That's what I forgot her name. Julian Alfred won the 100. Yeah, I like her story too, but no, it's something different when like who you are has heralded criticism and you decided, all right, forget y'all, I'm gonna be louder and be more defiant because y'all won't leave me alone. That's different. I don't feel like that is the case with Noah Lyles. I really would have to do a little bit more reading up to be sure on that. But like No, Sha'Carri was just being herself, and Angel Reese was just being herself. And then people decided to like strengthen the narrative on them, and I don't have a problem with them saying, "No, I'm not changing because y'all tried to make me into something I'm not. I will be louder and be more braggadocious as myself." If that's what y'all are gonna do, I don't have a problem with them doing that.
But just because someone's being themselves and being like very arrogant, saying, "Oh, I'm the best," this and that, blah blah, people don't have to like that. And then and then you lose a race, and you out here trying to talk bad about other people, saying, "Oh, I'm still better than her," this and that, blah blah blah. When you just lost the race, people, and that's when that was my big thing, because when she was struggling after all the little failed drug tests happened, she came to her first event and ran terrible and got like ninth place after everybody been trying to support her, and then she talking about, "Y'all not on my side," this and that, blah blah blah, when she wasn't doing the training. After everybody was trying to support it. I'm just, and you can't then talk about somebody else saying that, oh, dang, what am I about to say? You can't then talk about other people once, then people say, "Oh, she not all this and that, blah blah blah." It may have been the drugs that was helping her. You can't get mad at people saying that.
I think those specific comments that you're bringing up, they have the validity. But when you're talking about like why she got so much attention, some of the commentary, like in terms of her lifestyle and all that other stuff, those are the unwarranted attacks that I think color the position that I'm taking on it. Like I'm not saying that, you know, all of the criticism was unwarranted. I'm saying a lot of it was amplified and just stronger because she was being who she is. So I got a bunch of sympathy for that. And obviously you don't.
I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
People say the same thing about Russell Westbrook, saying he's just being himself. I don't gotta like who you are. That's the thing about it.
Again, that's fair, I guess. But I think.
Anyways, let's talk about the real stuff. We got to give a round of applause for Simone Biles. 7 gold medals now.
Most decorated Olympic gymnast ever.
Could you do?
Like when you talk about like longevity in gymnastics, like there are people her age, like the Arkansas head coach Allie Raceman. I have to look up her name too. But like most gymnast careers don't last.
They stop at like 2021. At the like oldest, yeah. And she's 27.
I think, Raceman was an Olympic gymnast, and I think she stopped at like 24. Maybe she got the coaching job at 24. I have to look. But yeah, like in terms of longevity, like she's LeBroning gymnastics right now.
Yeah, I think they said the oldest person to like get a medal, as a female gymnast was like 21, I think, or 20.
Yeah, because your body just can't do what they do.
You lose flexibility as you get older. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and just like from a not even necessarily like a wear and tear standpoint, but like the preparation that they got to do, like the hours that you have to put in. Like gymnastics is crazy. Like when you look into like even going past like all the scandals and stuff, just the sport itself is insane. And that's shoot. I can't imagine, like, you know, playing football and basketball and doing all the, you know, stuff that we've done, you know, into your late 20s is taxing enough. But I can't imagine doing gymnastics for that long.
I hear you.
Big shout out to her.
Yeah.
Hats off to her.
Yeah, I agree. Just don't put her in the same LeBron category yet, but yeah.
Really?
LeBron is 40.
Okay. And playing basketball. That's what I'm saying. There are 40-year-olds that have played basketball. I can't name you. And I don't know enough about you.
That's what I'm saying. You don't do that.
She's 27 doing gymnastics. That's very, very, and dominating. That's very, very similar.
LeBron is 40.
Like she belongs in the Bron category.
No, I disagree.
Yes, she does.
No, we're not doing that. LeBron's the greatest athlete we've ever seen.
Okay, and I'm fine with that. He's just not the greatest basketball player we've ever seen.
Yes, but
I'm
anyway.
fine with saying greatest athlete. But like, I don't understand why.
Vince Carter was the 15th man on the bench when he was 40.
I'm saying we've seen other people play basketball at 40.
We've seen other people go to the Olympics at 27.
In gymnastics?
Yes. I don't know. So, Damani, if I pull up a gymnast that did gymnastics in the Olympics over the age of 27, will you have anything to say?
Yes, my whole point is that like even if somebody has done it, nobody has dominated at this age that we know of, and it's highly uncommon. At the very least, we can say that it's highly uncommon. But we know that people have played basketball at 40, just like there are probably people that have done gymnastics at 27. I just don't know if anybody's been really good at 27.
People have done the gym. A woman was in the Olympics doing gymnastics at age 49.
Did she medal?
We ain't talking to you. Said you ain't never seen nobody do it. Why you trying to move?
Don't know.
Why you trying to move the goalpost, man?
Look, bro.
That's what you said. We ain't never seen. No. You said we seen people.
I didn't
You know
say
what?
never seen. Okay.
What you said? Because what you said. LeBron is 40, and you said we've seen people play basketball at 40. You said gymnast side. We've never seen anybody at 27 hit the Olympics. And I just showed you someone that was 49.
Nuh-uh. I told you to name somebody that has done it.
Okay.
That's all
Askana Shuvestina.
Okay, but that's my point. You had to look her up. And
Come on,
I'm saying,
how many gymnasts do you know?
I
You can't name 5.
there
You
were
can't
all
name
people
5.
We hung out with at Arkansas, but I can name 4.
That's what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Damani.
Jess, Sydney, shoot. That's about it though.
You probably don't remember their last names.
I'm not gonna say I'm on here, but I think I do.
I'm just saying, bro.
That whole household, I think I do.
I'm just saying
Entire
that
household of one.
that's an unfair comparison.
I don't think it is, but okay. It does the USA end up winning all of it?
I hope not. I think the USA as a whole needs to be humbled, personally.
Well, that answers my next question. I was going to ask if you were one of the people that, despite their gripes with America in several areas, got more patriotic when the Olympics comes around, but you're not.
Not at all. No.
With your,
Yeah. We need to be humbled. And I don't, like, I have certain people I don't want humbled. For example, like the table tennis girl. I hope she wins. Hope she wins it all. Hope USA basketball wins. Some kind of way, for some reason, I just wish Jason Tatum don't get anything out of it, but that's cool.
so you're hoping Noah Lyles doesn't win the two, is what you're saying.
Oh yes, I hope he pulls a never. Yeah, I hope he slightly pulls his hamstring. Honestly. Like that's not career ending, but it's like enough to where he for sure won't win. And yeah.
You know what? I hope this person that I've never met ends up losing, not only losing, but injuring himself.
Not injuring him, hurts himself.
On his last attempt to run. Like this is something that you trained for 4 years to do. And you hope that he gets hurt.
You're right, Devon. That's probably wrong to say. Actually, I recant my statement. I don't want him to pull his hamstring. I want him to give his very best, and he gets 5th place.
Bro, you're a sicko. Like you're a sick human being. And I really want you to know that. I've told you at several points, but I want you to know, like, you're not right in the head. You're not right.
I'm just honest, man.
And that actually, that's the segue right there. You not being right in the head transitioned us into this next point. Therapy. Now, Byron is obviously the expert, and I'll tell y'all why. And I'll go ahead and give the intro, and then I'll go ahead and hand it off to you. You ever had a friend that like did something that nobody else in the friend group had done, and then they just wouldn't shut up talking about it, wouldn't stop recommending it to everybody and telling everybody about how transformative an experience it was. That's Byron with therapy. All right. He has recommended that not only I, but just about everybody that he could talk to about it, go to therapy because we're all messed up in the head. So that's what makes Byron our Dr. Phil stand-in for the day. So if you would, talk a little bit about therapy.
I don't think everyone needs to go to start off, but I do think Damani needs to go. I think if anybody in our friend group needs it the most, I think Damani is leaps and bounds above anybody else. Damani,
Right.
he's, put it like this. If there was like a phrase that was like in a dictionary, say, hey, go to therapy, it would be a picture of Damani right beside it. But yeah, I think therapy is a great place that allows you an escape to freely speak your mind, and just like really get everything out that you need to say, and just a place of self-reflection in a judgment-free zone. Because for the most part, especially with men are judgers. You say something like, man, I was actually thinking about this and I'm going through this. You always got one person in the friend group that's going to pop off a joke. And then once the first joke pop off, 10 more coming. And then everybody just like, ah, ha, ha, we laughing. And the person don't get their issue resolved. So guess what? If you go to just a third party that you don't know, you can really get deep. And then that person starts asking you questions like, hey, what about this? What about that? Guess what? You've had a revelation now. I'm just saying, man, therapy's a great place, especially for people who are more introverted or more private people and just kind of keep things close. You need to release that, man. Especially you, Damani. Especially you.
Introverted?
Not introverted, but you are a person who keeps things private and then manipulate others.
Oh. We getting into meat and potatoes.
Damani's a manipulator who avoids.
Oh, you're so stupid for that.
Am I perfect? No.
It's you. I could have told you that. I could have told you that one. But honestly, like in the past, I've had some self-reflective periods over the course of the last, like through the summer basically, a little bit back in the spring as well. And I realized like, yeah, there's some things like about me, the things that I do, the way that I process stuff, like even from an emotional standpoint. I'll be honest because hopefully somebody will have turned the episode off by now. But like, yeah, there are definitely some improvements that I think I can make. I just don't think I need a therapist to do them. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I know that some things I can't see. Like, that's for sure because I'm biased about myself. Like, anybody would be. But to a certain extent, I think that, like, I try to be as honest with myself as humanly possible. So sometimes when I see like destructive or just any kind of not great tendencies that I have, I'm able to be honest with myself and say, hey, bro, we probably need to correct this. And now, like, I have a better basis for doing that, I think. So to that, you would say what? 'Cause I've seen the expression.
Yeah, so you say now since you've self-reflected, when these situations come up, you won't do that anymore. I don't think the mind is that simple. I think, for example, I think it's like everything, especially like the way that we think and the way we process things, like emotions, all that. You have yes, it's almost like a pattern. Like your mind like receives information. Once it receives that information, it's going to go down whatever little pathway it normally goes, like the neural pathway it typically goes. And to change that, you have to do more than just say, oh, I know about that. You have to like create new pathways through other
100%.
methods or some things like that you're working on. And with you, Damon, you only thing you've told me is say I'm just not going to do it anymore. And I don't think just saying I'm not going to do it anymore
Okay.
is okay. And I think if you only just going to say you're not going to do it anymore, you need to go to therapy to actually work on those things.
Okay. So I'll give, and this is, God, I hope y'all have turned the episode off for this one. So just to give an example, right? I hold, like, from an emotional standpoint, like, I would much rather, like, not speak about what's going on with, and this is just like from a me to somebody else standpoint. It don't have to be anything. I'd much rather like not speak about what I felt some type of way about and just do something else, and now you feel some type of way, and now we both feel some type, and I would much rather do that than be like, hey, you did something that that did not sit right with me, and I'd like to, voice that. So, like, as an active process, and I don't think or like propose that this would be a passive thing for me. Like, I'm just all right, not doing it anymore. But I have to actively like decide that, hey, I have to voice like these thoughts, or I'm gonna go back to like my old tendencies, like that type of stuff. So, like I said, it's not something that I think is just I'm gonna snap my fingers and it's gonna happen. But I'm going to have to be uncomfortable with those little micro interactions to change like the macro. So I do have like a plan in place for doing that. It just, we'll see if it works or
I just don't think I just don't agree with you, Bonnie. I think you really need someone to push you. Like I think put it like this. I see it like in sports. No, I see it like this in sports. Yes, yes, you will work hard if you just like you're working out, whatever. But put it like this: I feel like when you were in sports and you had a coach that was actively there pushing you, you work harder then than you do now in your workouts.
slightly. But here's the other thing: we also had like if you talk about in the front, I'd say this in the most humble way possible. I'm going to work my hindquarters off, regardless of if somebody is near me or not near me. And being around me for as long as you have, especially from a sports standpoint, you should be able to speak to that. Because
I can't speak to that.
them, like,
I can't speak to that.
Even when they was leaving me alone, who was the sweatiest human being in the weight room? It was either me or Dwayne Eugene every time.
That ain't got nothing to do with how hard you work. You sweat if we walk outside.
But just hear me out. I show up and I give you all I got, regardless. And as somebody that has been, you were in the car in a Walmart parking lot for a while, and no matter what the voices outside of, I don't remember all of the details, and I'm not going to say anything incriminating on here.
That you kidnapping us?
No, I didn't kidnap y'all. But
We were not free to leave.
No. I'm saying like once my mental is set on something, it takes a lot. It takes a whole lot to get my mental off of that.
I disagree.
So, okay.
Especially relationally. Relationally.
We've literally had comments. I think you're being anti right now because you've said the opposite about me several times. And
I don't think once you put your mind to something that you are all in on it like that. I disagree with that statement. That's what I'm saying. Once you put your mind to something, especially like in a relationship wise. I disagree with that.
Like I said, I think it takes a lot to get me off of it, for sure. But you can get me off of it. You can.
I don't think it take a lot.
It kind of does.
Okay. Go to therapy, man. Do you think therapy can make you a better person? Is my question for you.
For sure. Yes.
So you know this place will make you a better person, but you refuse to go.
It's not that I refuse to go. I think I can take a different path and get to similar results. That's what I'm saying.
So what path are you going to take?
I'm telling you, like I'm actively changing the ways that I think and I process stuff.
Okay, so say you get into a relationship soon, and it falls apart in similar fashion.
Similar, so we just gonna air we're gonna air it all the way out today.
No, I'm just saying.
We're gonna expose all of it.
What are you talking about? I haven't said anything. I'm just saying, like,
Hey, go ahead.
say
You
you
said
say
it now. Go ahead.
say you get in a relationship and it doesn't work out. Would you then go to therapy?
It depends on what the relationship, like why the relationship fell apart.
Okay, your last 4 relationships in your entire life. There's probably a common central thing to those relationships that, for one reason or they fell apart. If it was anything like any of those, would you then go to therapy? That's what I'm saying.
All right, if the next one fell apart for the same reason the last one fell apart, yeah, I'd go.
Okay. What about the one before that?
One before that, I was like, if we count like actual, I was like 16.
Okay.
No, that one was something totally different. Like totally different. Like almost like opposite end of the spectrum.
I just don't agree with that, Damani. I think you need therapy, and I think you need
You
it
don't
now.
know what happened. See, that's what I'm saying. You just being anti.
You gotta. Hey, man, we're adults now, bro. You about to be 30. You gotta start making.
I'm pushing 30 with one hand, not two.
You gotta start.
We got 3.
You gotta start getting the mental and emotions right, man. You can't be the same little kid that you were playing video games.
I very much agree.
You can't be the same little kid playing video games, got the same emotional issues, same psychological issues. At some point, you got to be the man of the house. That's all I'm saying.
I think you can be the man of the house and play video games. I think you've gone and just decided to psychologize yourself, like Dr. Umar said, and just.
Are we calling Dr. Umar now?
No, I just used one of his words. That's all it is.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Anyways, do you think that from a relationship standpoint that you are a better, like, you're better situated to be a relationship partner after going to therapy?
Yes, I think one of the first things you have to do in general, before you get into a relationship, you have to understand yourself. If you can't understand yourself, the relationship, I feel like it may work, but it's not going to be the best relationship it can be. Because at the end of the day, you don't understand yourself, so how can you understand someone else and how each of you are supposed to work together in this relationship? Like, you don't understand your triggers, you don't understand your cues, things that like may hurt your feelings. Like, as a man, for example, men don't want to say their feelings are hurt. They just want to be like, I'm tough, I'm good, and this, and like, so like we don't say the things that bother you. So you have to, if you're so cold, it's tough to figure out what bothers you. Go ahead.
What hurts your feelings?
What hurts my feelings? So mine is not like an actual what hurts my feelings things.
No.
Yeah.
I asked a very concise and very simple question. So there's nothing that hurts your feelings?
Not specifically. There's nothing that hurts my feelings. That's what I'm telling you. I can tell you what my problem was. My problem in general was they call it like avoidant. We can get into attachment. We'll get into attachment style next time. But
yeah, you've said the word avoid 75 billion times.
So yeah,
talking to me in the last 2 months.
I'm avoidant, so that means I'm like distant from my emotions, the good ones and the bad ones. So it's just like I don't still now, but like I'm more in tune with it. But you just don't feel your emotion. You're just like, okay, something like, for example, graduating law school. Some people are like, oh, this is the greatest day ever. I was just like, okay, another day, keep it moving kind of thing, how I kind of saw it. But also like with something that's sad or something that hurts I don't know, like, it was like, instead of getting like super high up or super low, I would just be like very even keel, which is, it can be good in some situations about like just emotional regulation, but it's not good in the sense of like a relationship when you're supposed to be sharing like these great moments with someone like that. And so when people start trying to like really push on your emotion as an avoidant, you'll start to withdraw. And so that's not good. And so you kind of avoid closeness, more or less, is what it is. And so I guess you can say, I wouldn't say that hurts my feelings, but yeah.
Okay. So you got to get a little bit more specific. Like, give me an action that would hurt Byron's feelings, just to close the show out, because that's what I need more than anything.
Something that would hurt my feelings.
I lobbed you a good softball question, and you just sitting here throwing.
What would hurt my
Like
feelings?
Marshall.
What would hurt my feelings? What would hurt my feelings? Like make me sad? Hmm.
You can even go to something specific somebody has done to make you sad.
I don't know. What would hurt my feelings that make me sad? Have I said something before? Do you have something to money? I'm like, not for you, but like for me. See, that's something. What would hurt my feelings?
Oh, actually, I do, but it's so specific that I mean, there's definitely like it couldn't be anybody.
I don't think this hurts my feelings, but I would say I don't like it if someone like were to cuss me out or something like that. I'm gonna go with that as my answer. Especially like in a relationship, like if you my significant other, don't cuss me out. That's like disrespectful.
Have you ever been cussed out by a partner?
No, but well, no. Someone has said a word at me before, but like they were saying like jokingly, I didn't like it. That's what I'm saying. If someone were to cuss me out, yeah.
What? I'm curious as to what the word. We can talk about that. All right, I'm gonna say a word, and if you want to, you can expand on it. All right, like I said, this was real specific. So, dog.
Or say it again.
Dog. That's the thing that I thought about. It didn't make you sad.
It didn't make me sad, no. Yeah, you're right.
You didn't want to say that one, huh?
Yeah. I wasn't sad. It bothered me, probably.
All right. On that note, I'm sorry to leave y'all with that cliffhanger. I just had to see how far I could push them today. We're gonna be more consistent. We got a recording time with me at the helm. Like I said, I don't have a real job. I have a job where I love and don't.
He has a job with kids.
No, I mean my job. I'm joking. Like coaching is very very tough. It's just fun. But I'm gonna get these out. Hopefully on a more consistent basis. I just got to make sure that Pretty Boy Lawyer over there can get in front of the camera and give us some of his horrible, horrendous takes. So y'all keep an eye out, man. Just tell us, hit the DMs. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us who we should have on. All of that. Like I said, new stuff is coming. So y'all just keep tuned in. Byron left early, so I'm just going to close it out myself. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Continue to rock with us. Like, leave a comment. We're out of here.
Peace.
When that pressure get applied, is you gon' pass or you gon' shoot? I stood tall. When you make it through the struggle and the pain, do you get your umbrella off the chance that it might rain? I stood tall. Oh, I stood tall. Oh, I stood tall. Oh, you could try to count me out, but you ain't gon' ever hold me down. When I see my people going through it, I put the blame on me. And I see my homie lose his mind, but I gave him his first taste of lean. I ain't gon' lie, that really hurt me, but I had to close the curtains. And one thing I learned on Lion King is everybody gotta eat. Never tell a party, let me get a whole piece. And nah, little homie can't get that from me. You play football, you got a bright future, you supposed to see you on the TV. And I said that's true, and I'm gon' do it, but I really gotta make something happen. And I probably could've asked my family for something, but instead I started hitting licks with daddy. I ain't gon' lie, that turned me to a savage. Really living life like a bandit. And then Murph told me, keep your head on, man, don't do nothing reckless. But now I'm older now, I'm a grown man. Go to church every Sunday, I'm a praying man. You ain't gonna never see me fall, I'm always standing. One thing I do is stick to the plan. When you make it through the struggle,